Balde. This is De Jong. Ferran Torres. He has found the way through. Barella gets rid without sophistication. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And he thumps it clear. Rafinha stood his ground strongly. Oh, that's a key interception. Thuram is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent...
Great chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Fermin. Ferran Torres. Yeah, he's fouled him there. De Jong. Koundé. Casado. Barella. Çalhanoğlu, who's set up one goal so far. Goalkeeper's ball.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Not the most accurate pass. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Dumfries wins the duel this time. He could be in here. Zielinski is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Knocks it out wide. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Now it's Thuram, and he's picked out the run. Balde cuts out the pass. Koundé. Now Casado. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Oh no, that was never going to make it. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Inter Milan lead by 1-0 at half-time. It's been a good display from them so far, a stable start to the game, and they are in a goodish place. First half is behind us, and the score is currently 1-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Inter really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Pass tries to crash through the chance. Bastoni. Barella. For Çalhanoğlu. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Barella. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Now it's Martinez. Zielinski. Yamal. Fermin. And there's green grass ahead of him. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Chance! It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Barcelona grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Balde is in a really good position out wide. And he's managed to get free. Ferran Torres! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete.
Barcelona clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
And yes, it's him again. Barcelona go into the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
And here's Lautaro Martinez. That is good alertness.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Spread neatly. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball. Inter are definitely going about this the right way.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. No, that's been intercepted. Thuram, Martinez, Yamal. Oh, nicely intercepted. Just about up to 75 minutes. Pedri, now it's Ferran Torres. Great ball if he can get there. There's the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Nice physical challenge. Thuram. Great hit! Oh, taken with style. Once more they've done it. They just will not lie down.
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
This is quite a battle.
Inter surely know by now that they've put so much work into producing the equaliser that they'll battle on for a winner. You know, it's all one-way traffic for them now, and they simply have to capitalise on it.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Looking for the run. That is it's Lewandowski! Goal! Barcelona! And they're back in front. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
I think the danger for them now is fatigue. I think when the body tires, the mind soon follows, so concentration is key from here.
And smartly reclaimed. Played out towards the right wing.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Balde. Eric Garcia. Koundé. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And it's Lewandowski. 5 minutes to add.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Martinez. And that will be the final act. Inter Milan did lead in way. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Inter just may have felt a little extra pressure in...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like the...
Ferran Torres! He's done very well to get to that.
Ferran Torres really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Rafinha with the short one. Defending of the desperate variety.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Ferran Torres. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's going to be disappointed with that. Fermin. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, you'd almost expect to know what kind of game this fella, Alejandro Balde, is going to play. I mean, we know he can operate on either side, and he's a cracking carrier of the ball. But his pace and ability to track back are huge pluses. So this guy gets up and down the pitch to great effect.
OK, interesting. Balde. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And that has been cleared. Koundé. And he skips past his man.
That right side seems to have become a very good outlet for them now. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Rafinha.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Rafinha. Calhanoglu. Ferran Torres. Goalkeeper's ball. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Thuram. Inter Milan, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Rafinha. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Pavard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rafinha. It's run. Oh, he's been caught napping. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Rafinha! Thuram proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days. All part of...
Vermeer! Now, who's going to... Oh, he's been caught on it here. Has a goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. Zielinski. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Rafinha. Balde. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Danger averted for now. Thuram. Di Marco. Great run on the overlap here. Zielinski. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Casado. And Fermin. Casado. Played towards the other side. Rafinha.
That's good play from him.
He has found the way through. Ferran Torres. Rafinha. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Inter Milan head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And we are already promptly back underway.
Inter really are going to need to improve in a hurry. If they...
He's through and all alone! Very nicely done. Oh, shooting chance! There it is!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
He's found a way through. DiMarco. DiMarco going full tilt down the left. Oh, lovely bit of skill. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Great pressure, plenty of it. Pau Kubasi can get it clear. Zielinski looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Çalhanoğlu. And here's Lautaro Martinez.
Inter showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Great defending, strong and determined. Dumfries. Defending was strong and firm. Bastoni. Interesting ball. Can he get onto this? Yamal, who's set up one goal so far. De Jong. Kubasi. De Jong. That'll be a throw. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lewandowski to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Barella. Into the last quarter of an hour. Dumfries. Pavard. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that's definitely not his best.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Fermin. Yamal. Fermin gets his pass away. Fermin is off. Short changes him.
Something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Distributed. Stood up well to him there. Now it's Lewandowski.